Hello guys, if you find yourself right here, I believe you really want to learn website development. So stay with me to the end of this video to learn website development. Let me call it an intro class into website development. What you need to know, what you need to know for you to be a website developer. So in this course, I'm holding a as at this time, I'm holding a 1 week website development intro class. So everything that is being taught, I'm using all those topics to make this video right now so that you watching this video will understand everything that my students in I taught my students for 1 week in this video. So I'm going to be teaching you everything right here. So let's move into this video. This is actually a 1 week website development class, and right here I'll introduce everything from day 1 to day 7 in this video. So by the way, my name is John Oloruntobi Obalolua, and if this is your first time in my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe for more to see more of my videos. And if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. So let's move into it. Introduction to website development. What you need to know at first: what is a website? What is the front? What is front end? What is back end? How browser works? How browsers work? Introduction to HTML and CSS. Setting up VS Code and Live Server. Basic structure of an HTML document. Let me explain it one by one, not to waste much of our time. What is a website? A website a website consists of web pages. Web pages. Let me tell you. This is a web page. This is a web page. This is just one web page. What you are seeing right here, this is just one web page. So if I should connect another web page to this web page, it becomes a website. It becomes a website. So what is front end? Front end is the part where clients can see, where users can see, where users interact with the website, while back end is the one that receives the data. If you register if you register in a website, maybe your email, your password, what receives it is the back end. But the way you are interacting the website, the space where you are interacting with the website, that's called the front end. So I hope you understood that. So how browsers work? Browsers, when you enter when you enter a URL, the browser loads the URL, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or any other programming language attached. They loads it in a very fast. They loads it very fast. They loads it very fast. So um after loading it, they will display the results to you. That's how you see your website when you search something on your browser. Examples of browsers are Microsoft Edge, Chrome, Firefox, and so on and so forth. So now, introduction to HTML and CSS. I believe you are waiting for me to talk about this because you really want to go into website development. Maybe someone said it's profitable. Yes, it's profitable. So what is HTML? HTML is hypertext markup language, while CSS is cascading spreadsheet. Let me explain it. I'm supposed to include JavaScript here. It should be introduction to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but I will explain JavaScript, but I won't mention JavaScript. Like, I won't teach you guys JavaScript in this video. Do you understand? So HTML, think of the body of a person. Think of the body of the person. Just the body of the person. That is what we call it HTML. So think of a website. The website is the woman. So the body of that woman is the HTML. The clothes the person is putting on is the CSS. Okay, how does JavaScript comes in? Actually, you can make a website with just HTML and CSS, but for you to make it more interactive, that is when you use JavaScript. So JavaScript makes your website more interactive. So JavaScript is the accessories the person is putting on, just in a simple terms. So HTML is the body structure, CSS is the clothing, while JavaScript is the jewelry, accessories, and other things the person is using. So setting up VS Code and live server, this is going to be practical. So I just want you to go to your web browser and search Visual Studio Code download. Visual Studio Code download. Not to waste much of your time. So Visual Studio Code download. If you are seeing installed on, if you are seeing this as your own first result, what is right here, do not click it because it will require you to install on Microsoft Store, but installed from their website, which is right here. Click that, and so now if you are using Windows, you go for Windows, Linux, and Mac. So this is for Windows. You click this. If you are using this, you click this. If you are using this, you click this, and you install your Visual Studio Code. That's it. So now we've gotten our code editor, which is Visual Studio Code. So what's the next thing to do? Let's set up our Visual Studio Code environment. What we'll be needing? We'll be needing live server. So live server, what is live server? Live server allows you to view the result of your code directly from your code editor in your browser. Instead of you opening the file in your file explorer, you don't need to go there. All you have to do is just right click and open with live server, and you see your result. Don't worry, I will explain it. Let me open my code editor and show you what I meant. So this is my code editor right here. I'm going to send that to the screen. Okay, this is my code editor, and this is how your code editor will look like if you've installed it. So not to waste much of our time, head over to this point. It's called the extension. So here you search live server. Right here in the extension, you search live server and you wait for it to load. So this is our live server right here, and you click this. We are going for this actually. So you click this and you install it on so this works with your Visual Studio Code. So how does it work? You can just, let me show you an example. This is what I programmed for the class. Okay, no folder opened yet. Okay, let's just go into the class directly. Let's go into it. So if you want to check what you need to do next, this is it. Basic structure of an HTML document. So let's go into it. So now this is it. You click this place right here, open folder. So it leads you to your file, maybe your desktop or anything. You click that. Control Shift N to create new folder. Oh, why not responding? I'm coming. Control Shift N to create new folder. So you can just say HTML tutorial with Obalolua. with Obaluluwa. So that's just it. Select this folder and let's start working immediately. So I'm going to show you the basic structure of HTML document, how it looks like. If you are using code editor, we have something we use. When you press your exclamation mark, it shows you the basic structure of HTML. No need for you to type that. We are using Visual Studio Code, so you just get the basic structure immediately like that. Okay, index.html. I need to tell you something. If you want to save, if you want to create a file under Visual Studio Code, it's like you're also creating a file under your File Explorer also. So if you are writing HTML code, please do well to end it with .html. For CSS, end it with .css, and for JavaScript, you have to end it with .js. So let's click this file. We've created this. Okay, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. How do we do this? This is your exclamation mark and your tab. You press that and you get the basic structure of HTML code. Something is supposed to display at this bottom right here. I don't know why it's not responding, but let me press that again. Okay, this is it. Exclamation mark and you press your tab, it will display this at the bottom and you click tab. So this is the basic structure of your HTML code. So let's start. Right here where you are seeing the title, this title right here is the title for your web page, like your web page. As you can see right here at the top, you saw 1 week web development class with John Balulu and stuff like that. So that is what I inputted in this title. Okay, let me let me show you the example. Let's say HTML tutorial with Obalolua. So now I'm going to be showing you how the live server works in this video. So we said HTML tutorial with Obalolua. You right click and you open with live server. Instead of me going to my file explorer to open this file, I will just right click and click open with live server, and it will show on my website. It will show on my browser, any browser I'm using. I'm using Microsoft Edge here, so it will show on my browser. So it's loading. As you can see right here, HTML tutorial with Obalolua. So that's just it, as simple as that. The title is for naming the title of your web pages. Note, not your website this time, your web pages, your web pages. So that's the basic structure of HTML. But now I need you to do something. We have what we call the headings, the paragraphs, and so on in the heading tag. We call them tags in web development. So to write something right here, to write something, you can go for paragraph. You have to write inside your body. Paragraph tag, we represent it with P. This is my HTML code. Full stop. I'm just adding full stop. You may not add full stop. It's not a rule. In all this space, you have to, all this space is for writing anything. It's for writing anything. So this is my HTML code. So this is all. So your mini assessment, I want you to write hello world. So mini project, write hello world. So that's your mini project. So I'll see you in the next video section, which is the day 2 of this 1 week website development class, which is the HTML basis. We'll be treating the headings, paragraphs, line breaks, links, images and stuff like that. Everything you are seeing, you are looking at, in this day two. So your mini project, and we are moving to the day two immediately. Thank you. So welcome to the day two section, HTML basis. Let's move on. We have the heading, we have the paragraph, and the line breaks. Let's explain that. Headings, okay, not to worry about theory this time. Let's go into the practical. Headings in, I hope you've done these mini projects, by the way. So headings in website development, we have it from H1 to H6. Let's move on. We have H1, which is, this is my HTML code. So now H2, so we are going to H6. This is my HTML code. Don't mind me, I should have copied it, but I love typing. So H3 also, let me just copy it. That looks stressful and it sounds stressful. So H3 also, oh sorry. So now this heading, we have them from H1 to H6. We have them from H1 to H6. So H4, we'll view our results in our browser. So H5, and likewise H6. Likewise H6 also. So okay, so now in our browser, this is the result. HTML, you see, this is the result. This is the paragraph results which we use the p p tag. So this is the H1, this is the H2, this is the H3, this is H4, H5, H6. To confirm this, right click on your browser, right click or click F12, the developer tools. So you can do either of the two, or come to these three dots here and choose your developer tools. I just want to show you how to confirm your code from your browser. Your browser actually, I said your browser reads your code. It reads your code and it turns it to the website. So you right click, click inspect. So when you click inspect, it will display your code right beside it. So right here, as you can see, this is the H1. See, this is the H2, this is the H3, H4, H5, down to H down to H6. You see, and for you to check the paragraph that we did earlier, this is the paragraph which we used the p tag. So now let's move on. Okay, maybe I should just, let me just share. Okay, I don't want to share the screen right here. Okay, right now we have the H1 to H6. So what's the next thing for us to do? We saw the line break, paragraph, and headings. So this is the headings, this is the paragraph, and the line break. The line break, we use something like BR for that. How does it work? Line break allows you to break your code. Maybe it's too long and you want to break it. So you break them into another paragraph or another section. So let me just do something like this. You know, my Okay, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do something. Okay, it will still give you the same result as the former one. So sorry about that. Okay, let me do something like this. Um, okay, so now Control V, Control V. So now we have this on our browser. We'll notice that this code is a very long one. Okay, and please remember, to get your result you have to save your document. You have to save it. You have to save before you can see your result displayed on this screen on your browser. You can also choose this auto save features. You can choose this auto save features, or you should save simply by Ctrl S. So you see this. This is the first one. It says this is my HTML code. This is my HTML code. This is my HTML code. So how are we going to sort that? That is when the break comes in, which is the BR. We use the BR tag. So you can just type them and click tab. So when we use the BR tag, it will cut it. You see, it will cut it into another section. If we use it right here also, it will cut it into another section. So as you can see, it's still loading in our browser. You see, it will cut it into another section. So that is just how the BR, which is called the line break works. So you can also use that also when you anytime you need it. So that's just the first part of the day 2 section. So now let's go to the second part. So now moving to the next section, which is the links and images. So right here, we'll be talking about how we can add links and images to our HTML document. So how we can add links and images. So let's go on. We have some HTML attributes I will talk about. So let me start from this section. I'm just going to explain it because you are going to need the explanation for these links and images. So right here we have this href, we have that. So we have this src and we have this alt. All of them actually works together. The src is the source um where the image file or that file is coming from. When if it's not in that, that this html document docs.html is just a document. So if another one is coming from another document in the same folder, we use that src, which is the source. It wants to collect it. It can be in another folder. You just have to recall it. So this href is for the link, when you want to add a link or you want to use it to locate something. I'm going to explain everything. And this alt is for let me say the name you give to an image. When the image, if you go to some website and the image is not displaying, you can see the image. They can say the CEO's image. That they use the alt. The alt actually helps you to know the type of image that is there, even though the image is not displaying. So let's go into this section. Let's start with the links. So for the links, we use this attribute called a attribute. I told you earlier, if you are using VS Code, you can just type that A and use your tab. So you see this href, I've explained it earlier. It's like the link locator, and right here is the name you want to give that link. The name you want to give that link. So what is right here? Let's say www dot. Okay, okay, okay. Let's say www dot google dot com. So now here you can just name it Google link. So you save your work, go to your web browser and let it load, allow it to load, and you can see right here, click it, Google link. It's going to lead you to, okay, it can't get okay, let's do this. um let me go to another website. I don't know. Okay. Oh, it's not responding. So any link you are just let me continue explaining. Any link you are adding there, is going to lead you to that link. We are going to do the practical example. It's not responding. Okay, okay, okay. I get the problem right now. Let me use another link. Let me use another link. I get the problem. So, okay, I have this. This is my portfolio. This is my okay, I'm not connected to the internet. Okay, this is actually my portfolio. So I can just copy my portfolio link, paste it there, and on the website, whenever I click that, it will lead me to my portfolio. So let's use my portfolio as an example right here. So let's copy that and let's paste this. So I can just say my portfolio. Okay, let me connect myself to the internet and we move on. So let's go to our browser right here. Okay, okay, this is leading me to my GitHub. Okay, let's just use this as an example. So now let's go to our browser. So refresh and click this and wait for the result. So you see, it's already redirecting us to where that file came from, which is from GitHub. As you can see right here, it redirected us to that place. So that's just how simple this thing is. That's how simple it is. So if you have any question, you can actually drop it in the comment section. I will answer your question. So now let's move on to the next one where we'll be using the src, which is the source. So now we are going to be needing an image to test that. We'll need an image to test that. Let me check if there's an image here. So we need an image to test that. Okay, we can just go to our browser right here, download an image. Okay, let me pick a downloaded image and we are going to use it for the sake of this tutorial. You understand? So all you have to do is to transfer the image to your code editor. You have to transfer it to this code editor and we are going to work on it. So so um let me pick this image. Let me just pick this, transfer it to my Visual Studio Code. So how does this work? um we have this tag we call the img, which is used for the image img. So this is an image I wanted to use for a boutique website or something. So and we have this img. Just type img and you will get the suggestion displayed. So here you see this src. That means which source file. Do you understand? So I can just type this, that f2 stuff. I know you may think it's too long, but just type the first two name and click dots and your tap. So that's just it. So now the image will display on the browser, which is right here. Okay, let me just show you. It's loading. Still loading. I don't know why is this slow. Okay. Okay, so this is the image on our browser. This is the image right here. So if you add this, you you see this image right here. But now, how does this alt work? So let's give this an error so that it will not display on our browser, and let's say couples picture. Do you understand? And let's check our browser. So now, after loading, I've tampered with the image so that the image will not load. I want you to see the image description. You see couples picture. So if we did not include couples picture in that alt, if we didn't include it and we've tampered with the image, it will just show us a broken image icon, meaning that it's not functioning, meaning that it's not functioning. So the only thing it will show us is the couples image stuff or none. Do you understand? It will show us the broken image stuff. So now you can just do Ctrl Z to give the image, to bring the image back, and you can add couple picture. So that's just that. Okay, so we got our image back. So right here we've used the href, src, and alt all together. So now we are moving to what we call list, ordered and unordered list. We have the L1, we have L1 for, we have the UL, unordered list. So we have the ordered and unordered list. Ordered list, we have the OL, and unordered list we have the UL. So let's show that on our code editor. Okay, so now ordered list, we have the OL. You type it like this and you get it. You use this attribute L1, and inside this attribute L1 you type your information, maybe my name. Okay, let's just use that for now. Unordered list, which is the UL, unordered list, which is the UL, type that also, and you get the suggestion L1 and my name. So now on our browser, let's see what we got on our browser. Okay, so this is it. So sorry, you don't have to include this L1. You may include it and you may not include that. That's just it. I'm thinking of another thing entirely. So sorry. So you can include that and you will not include that. So just know that the ordered list we have the OL, unordered list we have the UL, which is right here. So you can see my name, my name. So now moving on, we have these forms, we have these tables and forms. So let's go into that. So let's go on. Let's move into the table section. So um we have the table which we call the O table. I don't want to make this video very long, so you just have to make it really quick. You understand? So as I'm explaining this, you should be trying it out directly. You should be trying it out directly. So let me just press this tab right here, but I'm going to explain all this right now. So this tr right here is what we call the table role. Why this th is what we call, okay, I didn't include the th. Okay, this td, we have, sorry, we have th, which we call the table header, and we have the td, which we call the table data. So when you open this table like this, when you open this table like this, when you open that table, that tr is the table row. So the th is the table header. Okay, it's right here. The th is the table header, while the td is the table data. So table header is that one at the header. You know what an header is, but the data of the table, the original data, is td. So this is the whole group. So let's go into let's check our website. Let's check our website and let's find out. Okay, please remember to save your code, and if you are not getting the result, always refresh your code. So this is it. We got this first name, last name, and age. You see, this is table data, and this is the age right here. So as simple as that, is nothing to worry about. All these things are simple. Just try to get it, follow this code properly, follow the code, and always practice on your own. Okay, this will be the end of the day two. I've explained these HTML attributes also. So I'm looking, the next thing is to go to this day three, where we'll be using the header, and we've used it before. Okay, we've not used the header before, sorry. The one we used is headings. We use the nav and main or footer. So I'm going to explain them and all that. So you are after your mini project. This is the mini project. Build a simple personal bio page using headings, paragraphs, and image. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I'll be waiting and willing to answer your question. And thank you for staying to the end of this video. I really appreciate it, and I'm look forward for day three. So now welcome back. Let's move into the day three section, semantic HTML. So um I'm going to start from this part right here, which says sectioning content properly. With this sectioning content properly means you are arranging your code properly. You are actually arranging it, and you use what we call this. We use the header, we use the nav, we use the main and the footer. It's just something you use in arranging your code. It's like a container. It's like a container for each layout means, okay, this day three right here, the three, this box right here, let me call it a layout. So under my own, under the code, the what I use in programming it has something like maybe main, and um I grouped everything you are seeing under it inside that container. So that is just it. So let's go into the code, and let's just try one out. Let's use the footer, and we can use the main or anything. So let's go on. So something like this main, and you open it. So you can now type p paragraph, which is, so you cannot type the p, you see right here, and you type, this is my HTML code. So you can just go to your web browser right here. You can go to your web browser, and you are going to see the result of what you just typed, but now under a parent container. You see, this is my HTML code, but it's now under a parent container. So if you want to be applying some CSS changes into this code, you can actually apply to the parent container, and you can also apply to your own personal code. So you can see our website is not organized and all that. We've not be adding styling, which we call the CSS. So this day three, I've explained all this nav, main, and footer is just for you to group your website, group your codes in a container. Let me use that word so that you can understand. So we have what is importance for SEO and accessibility. SEO, SEO allows your website to be ranked in web browsers. Let me just use that word. It allows your website to be ranked in web browsers. So if your website has a good SEO, it will be ranked well in the browser. So when they search something related to your website, it will display. That means your website has a good SEO. So this is the end of the HTML class. This is the end of the HTML class. So in my next video, I will be uploading the CSS class. So in my next video, I'll be uploading the CSS class. So this is the HTML class. I'll tag the CSS class in the next video, and you can just visit my YouTube channel to check it out. So thanks for staying to the end of this HTML course video, and the CSS video continues after this HTML tutorial. So thanks for staying to the end of this HTML tutorial video. Once again, my name is John Obalolua Oloruntobi. Thank you.